Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're here, Teddy in the Black Door.
Definitely.
Say that again, Teddy. Like, share, subscribe to us.
Yep.
Like, share, subscribe.
Sure.
Yes. And sorry we didn't say that at the beginning, but you know, not to break the interview up though. Once again, now I want to go on the stage from from me knowing him. Let me say some things that's like, how can I say it? Let's go to Teddy. Let's go like your growing up stage.
Right.
Let's go like where did you grow up from? What side of town? Where you from? Let's give us some background about that.
So I'm always be a Southeast.
Yes, sir.
NIGGA.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
But like my heart is on Indiana way for sure.
So where is Indiana way though?
On the north.
What,
I mean northeast.
Okay.
So
okay. Well, we wanted to make it specific for some people who don't
I'm
know.
an east side baby, northeast, southeast. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you know, I'm definitely from the south. My heart is always gonna be on the south. But I got so much love for like Indiana way, Ohio, that neighborhood, man. Like I got a lot of good memories. Like the south, when I was a kid, man, the south was like, man, it was bad.
It was.
And,
it was a lot of fun too.
It was fun for sure. But like, you know, on the southeast, like going to like Allen School, like elementary, like 3rd, 4th grade, you know, you walk home, man, you might walk home in the middle of a shootout, all kind of stuff. I remember one time, I remember one time I was walking home from school and I was hearing this popping. And I don't want to say no names, but certain female who was heavy in the game. A lot of people know her. You know what I mean? She did some Fed time or whatever. She was real cool with dudes from Detroit. This is around the time like the Detroit boys was in Canton. I'm hearing this popping and pop.
That was deep.
I'm thinking it's fireworks or whatever. You know what I mean? Because to get to my grandma's house on Sherrick, I gotta walk through the projects, the black and whites. And I get around the corner, man, I see like 6, 7 Detroit boys like shooting. And I look like towards Mount Olive Church and I see, I'm gonna say their names. I see my homeboy from the South, Chris Duck, and Jeff Clark.
Oh, jeez.
They busting back. You know what I mean? It was crazy. I ain't walked home that way from school for a long time. It did something to me. But so when I got over on the like Indiana way, you know, it was like a breath of fresh air at that time for like the first 2 years because it wasn't really as active as the Southeast. Like, you know, we kind of, me, you, Katie, Ken, and Chuck D, and Harv, and all of us, you know, my boy E-Dog, Elton, Kit, Big Kit, you know what I mean? We made it active over there. It wasn't active like that when I first got there because everybody was like, playing sports. I remember going up to what was the name? Shannonfield. You know what I mean? Like it was a breath of fresh air.
Yeah,
like we could go to Shannonfield, ain't gotta worry about catching no phase or nothing. The Southeast, I probably was fighting every day. Anybody you know my age from that over there, Laurel Bell, I done fought all them. Dante Harvey, we fought every day. Like I didn't do nothing but fight on the Southeast. So I could come over here and be a kid. You know what I mean? So like my real good memories is from Indiana way. That's why I got so much love for that side of town, you know what I mean? But definitely a Southeast baby for sure, South Side.
I can feel you on that. I was raised, my grandma lived on 3rd Street, Southeast. I was raised on 3rd Street on the South. I always hung in the projects like
you couldn't be soft on the South.
No, you couldn't.
And then I'm light skinned too.
Couldn't.
He said he light skinned. He is funny.
Man, ask Doug Miles. Look, Doug used to tell me like, man, Teddy, it don't even matter. Hey, listen, just fight. It don't matter. You don't know who you can beat.
Hey, we used to call him Usher.
Yeah.
The other way, he used to hate it too.
They used to call me Usher over there too. Yeah.
You know, and see, that's one thing. Me and Teddy XL, we had a conversation in the back. You know, like something that we really should have had a conversation about, but it was brought up.
Mm-hmm.
you know, just when we was just talking, you know, and how I lived on Indiana Way, you know, and I talked about it even on camera. I didn't like it, you know. I was like, man, I used to have to fight all the time. Same thing
Yeah.
what you said, you know. It was kind of crazy, you know, and you know, it drives you for real sometimes to be a monster. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes somebody you don't want to be. You know, and some people who know who you are, but then don't know the other side, but not knowing that, you know, sometimes it drives you. You know, like that's why. You know, I love Indiana way too, but that's why Ohio is just the biggest. You know, because when I got there, it was a different time, a different level, a different breeding. You know, it was like kind of how you feel, a fresher breath air.
Yeah.
You know,
And like, I definitely like agree with like it turned you into, because like if you know people who know me, like I'm probably like the most street person in my family. Like my
Correct.
family ain't street people. My family is working people, working class people. I mean,
Correct.
going all the way back to like grandparents and great grandparents and stuff. Like a lot of people like, you know, we got it out the mud. We was poor. You know what I mean? And you know, my people wasn't broke. You know what I mean? Like I grew up. I come from a good family and stuff. You know, I just chose. And the neighborhood changed because at one point in time, like the southeast was the black side of town. So like we always say, like even though cats was like raided or wherever they was from, all of y'all from the southeast for sure. Like somebody in your family at one point in time or another lived in the P, in the Jets or something, right? So you know when my family first moved there, it wasn't what it ended up being. We just ended up, we had bought houses over there, so we not moving. You know, back where my mom stayed on the southeast, it's kind of like you kind of ducked off, even though you in the hood. You know what I mean? So all my friends, you know, they was going through the struggle. You know, their moms was smoking. You know, people, you know, doing whatever, even though they all had J's, and I was still wearing like XJ 9000s, McGregor spikes.
Yeah. ain't nothing wrong with it to this day though.
But at the end of the day though, you know what I mean? I didn't come from a situation where like my mom was smoking.
Not to cut you off. Let's give a clap to them old school shoes right there. Let's give one of them. Hold on now. Let's give a clap to them old school shoes.
Shout out to the old school shoes.
So I basically became not a product of my family situation, but a product of my environment, man. And like all the kids that I grew up with lived in the Jets. My homeboy Tez, you know what I mean? My homeboy Carlos, Antoine, Hodges, rest in peace.
Yeah, R.I.P. Twan.
R.I.P.
My homeboy Terrell Quincy. Dang man, there's so many young cats that I can name, man. That you know, my homeboy Howard, Woody, Darnell, rest in peace, Darnell. You know what I mean? My homeboy Scotty, all my homeboys, Pee Wee, aka Brandon, aka Pee Wee, all my boys, all of them, even Dev. You know what I mean? All of them lived in the Jets. I was the only one that lived in the house. You know what I mean? So, but they were the only kids in the neighborhood. So in order for me to kick it around kids when I lived over there, I had to be inside the projects. There wasn't no kids nowhere else. You know what I mean? So